friends, it's Carolyn Zook here with C6 Stitch, and today is Saturday, September 27th, 2025. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm so glad that you are here spending part of your day or evening with me. It is late in the afternoon. It's a little after 3 p.m. Don't normally film this late, but it's been a busy day, and so this is the first chance I've had to sit down and film. We had our magazine monthly cross stitch challenge monthly Zoom call this morning, and then I had to go out and run some errands, and I just got back, had a little bit of a late lunch, and now I'm sitting down to film. So hopefully lighting will hold up. I'm going to try to do this fairly quick because pretty soon here the sun, is, you can kind of see it's going to like get right there. So we are going to jump into things. But the Stitchy Zoom call was super fun this morning. It's great to see everyone. It's been a couple months, I think, since we've been able to do that. Thank you all for your well wishes about being sick last week. I am feeling much better. I do have quite a headache today. But I think it's just allergies. I don't think it's related to the sickness. So I'm all better. We just finished up week 4 of classes. So after next week, we'll be a third of the way done already. So things are going well at school. Just busy. Okay, let's get into the stitching. So my 25/7 piece for this month was a new start by Dirty Annie's. The translation is don't drop the potato. And that's what it will look like. And I am stitching this on a 32 count vintage sand dune. And Lynette sent me this in a box of a bunch of goodies of this fabric. So I thought this was perfect fabric for this. And there's a companion piece, which I will stitch on the same fabric. I think I have enough to do both. So I put a little more of the lady in, so you can see her torso is now in. And then I've been working my way down on this tree. So this is basically the bottom of the piece. I mean, there are the words down there, which I think I'm going to put in. I haven't fully decided yet. But basically, that's the bottom of the piece. So you can see it's not very, I mean, there's a lot of confetti in here with the tree. But this is as far down as it goes. And then we have like a bunch of rows of potatoes to put in. But she is coming together. So that is where we're at with don't drop the potato. It means don't give up is kind of the meaning behind that. So we finished up AB Singo. Oh, I forgot to pull my board. Well, I'll show it to you next time. Anyway, I completed everything that was called except for one, and I'll explain why in just a minute. But everything else was completed, and I still only got one bingo. But, oh well. So it was super fun. A lot of stitching happened this month. But AB Singo is officially over. It was super fun. And yes. Sorry, I just saw something in my notes at HH. Okay, so I worked on G. Leger one more time. This one got called a lot. I think it got called 5 or 6 times this month. So I'm really happy with all the love and progress it got. This is G. Leger 1898 by Reflets des Soies. This is what it will look like. I am stitching this on a 32 count weathered stone by Atomic Ranch. And now that's off the Q-snap, I can kind of show you where we're at in the big piece. So here's where it is. I can't quite remember, but I think when I started this month, we were maybe right over here, and we got all this in here. This is called for the R. And I did have this slotted for the number 8, but I changed that at the last minute, which I'll explain. So that's where we're at. So slowly but surely, I am using Soie de J silks on this. And this is my first silks piece that I started. So again, if we look at I'm through the N. So I'm right here. I'm through the N, and then maybe a couple more of these little, what do you call them? Bubbles? I don't know. So we are getting close to the edge anyway. and down here in this alphabet. Now, I think my letters are going to show up better than they do on this, which is what I was trying to go for. And then so I'm kind of working across, I guess, is how it ended up. And I'm going to change out some of the motifs in this as well when I get down there, but we got a ways to go yet. But I am happy with the progress. I'll show it to you one more time. I love this piece. It's a little wrinkly, but there you go. So, really happy with the progress on that this month. And honestly, this will probably come out next year, September, if I'm being honest. Okay, so next up is Cat Alphabet. So I'm doing Gridiron Grind, and this is Heaven and Earth Designs artwork by Irina Garmashova, and I am in this first block. I started in on the H in alphabet. So let's take a look at where we are. So this is what it looks like. It's so cute. I think I'm stitching this on an 18 count Aida. And you could see the P is done. There's a little fill-in in between, but really we're in the H now. So my goal is I'm going to work on completing all the letters, and then I'll go back and finish up all the fill-in around it. So the Steelers, which is the team I follow, played the New England Patriots, and we won, yay, 21-14. So I had 210, so I do 10 stitches for every point. So it's 210 stitches, and I got in 213. And I did do Stitching Mommy. I did do her method where, as the game is playing, to stitch on it a little bit. So I did do that. I didn't get this game. We don't get a lot of the Steelers games out here just because I'm in the wrong region to get a lot of them. And we get few, but so I don't get to see them play a lot. But here's Cat Alphabets. So we are moving right along on that, and I'm very happy. I think it's very doable that I will get those letters done this football season. So I'm excited about that. Okay, next up, this is another one that's going away for the year, is Summer Montage. This is artwork by Janet Stever, charted by Pain Free Crafts. We are here in this watermelon, but first I'm going to show you where we started. And while you're looking at that, I'm going to show you where we got to. Oh my gosh. Okay, are you ready? Okay, so that's where we started, and that's where we got to. Pretty good progress, right? I think so. It looks so real light, like from afar. Like you just don't notice it when you're up close and stitching it. I put in another 372 stitches. This was called, I worked on it, I think I worked on it twice. One was a makeup from when I was at Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit. I worked on it 2 more times since you saw it last, but it got called all 3 times that I wanted it to be called for the month, which is good. So in total, we started, so when I pulled this out at the beginning of summer this year, which was into June, we had 10,158 stitches done in it, okay? That was 6.87% done. 10,158 stitches. I ended with 15,704 stitches at 10.62% done. So this is, I checked, out of every year, this is the most I've gotten done on it. 5,546 stitches, basically over the past 3 months. So pretty happy with that. Still a lot more to go, of course. So over 10.5% done now. At least we're in double digits, right? And then Kimberly Sampler was called 2 more times. So I worked on it 2 more times for V and H. This is by Rosewood Manor. V for, because this was a Valentine's Day start a couple years ago, and H because of the house in there. This is what it will look like. I think it's beautiful. And I'm stitching this on a 32 count Silvery Moon Lugana, and I will show you where I got to with AB Singo. So here we go. So these borders are all done here. So I finished up this border the last time I worked on it, and then I put in this border. So that is where we are. There's still some borders up here. So I'm just kind of working my way up. And of course there's cat hair all over it. But this is such a fun one. I just love the colors in this one. Really, really love the colors. Okay, so that's Camberley Sampler. And then my big surprise is I have a finish. So I am going to show you the finish and then I will talk about it. So I'm going to insert a clip here. Okay, hi friends. So I am going to show you my big finish from not last night, the night before. So today's Saturday, Thursday night. So this is Antonia Roselle y Garcia by Jan Hicks Creates. And I'll pull it back here so that you can see it. Look at those colors. I use the Vicky Clayton silk, and there's a bright and a muted version, and I use the bright, and I love it. I love how it turned out. My border's almost matched up, but you can't tell, so I'm not going to show you. But I love how the colors pop. I love the blues. So let me bring it a little bit closer. So I'm starting at the bottom there because I love those little roses in the corners. So she did this in 1886. Actually, maybe I should start from the top. So you can see all these different alphabets. I love that coral font a lot. I love that green font a lot. And of course the blue font I love. So I started this. This is stitched on 32 count vintage smoky white. I'm pretty sure. I even wrote that on my note card. I wrote on my note card that I'm pretty sure that's what I stitched it on. But so it used up most of the fabric. I mean, maybe you can get some smalls out of the side pieces and the bottom piece. But I started this October 15th in 2022, and I'm going to take it into frame, which is why I'm pre-recording this, so I shouldn't fold it. That's basically what I say. So October 15th, 2022, and I finished it September 25th, 2025, which was Thursday. So just under 2 years. It took me 100 hours to stitch, which is quite a while. I know letters are supposed to go really quickly, and some of them did, but some of them took a very long time. The bigger letters really took a good. This blue alphabet. I haven't had my coffee yet. Look, Megan, I'm using your new mug that you got me, taking it one stitch at a time. I love it. Okay, so this blue alphabet, those letters took a very long time, like close to half an hour each. So that really slowed me down. And then, of course, this border, the flowers and stuff, like those took a long time. The border, there's the yellow on the outside of the flower, and then inside the flower there are two different colors. One of them is one stitch and the other one is 3 stitches. Then you have this leaf, which is one color, the inside leaf is a different color, and then the stem. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 colors for each flower. So that took a while. I mean, I did them in like conveyor belt method, kind of like where, oops, I'm upside down, where, I would do a handful and then go back and fill in with the same color. But anyway, I'm super excited to have this done. I'm excited to get it framed. I'm planning on which side? This side. I'm going to hang it up there. So you may not see the whole thing, but in the videos, but you'll certainly see a corner of it, I think. But I'll be sure to show it to you when I get it done. Thanks for watching. Back to your regularly scheduled Flosstube. Bye. Okay, so I hope you like it. Now, I filmed that clip this morning before our Stitchy Zoom call. So I can't remember if I said in the clip or not. The reason why I had to do a clip is because I dropped it off at Acorns and Threads. That was one of my errands to get framed. I think I did tell you, and then I'm going to hang it up here. Okay. Now, it was called for number 9 for AB Single. Number 9 was called, so I did 9 motifs. And then the next day, our very last call was number 8. So we needed 8 motifs. Originally, I was going to use G. Leger for that. But I knew if I did the 8 motifs, like I could get a finish. And so I did that. And G. Leger had a bunch of time already on it this month. So I felt fine with letting kind of G. Leger go and replacing it with Antonia, which I did. And so now we have it finished. So this is a Year of Whips finish. So yay. And it's dropped off. It's at Acorns and Threads to get framed. So I'll definitely show it to you when it comes back, but I'm super excited about it. It was really fun to stitch on, and yeah, I'm happy to have like kind of a bigger finish done. Okay, the last thing I want, so that's basically my stitching. The last thing I wanted to show you, because it's off the Q-Snap, I didn't work on it since the last time you saw it, but I did want to show you with the Needle 2 by Lila's Studio. I don't think I worked on it again, but I just wanted to show it to you, because you can get a better feel for it, I think. Maybe I did this already last week. I don't know. But just in case. Here you go. So you can see, I think I did show it to you. But you can see kind of where we got to. So that left-hand border is all done, and we're starting in on that cool, I love that font for the alphabet. Okay, but I think now that I hold that up, I think I already showed it to you. But there you go. There it is again. I am going through this really quickly. So at Acorns, I didn't pull out any. I don't really have any haul. Basically at Acorns, I got some thread to kit up a project that I'll tell you about in just a minute here. I'm trying to think. I got the folk embroidery Evlia book, the one that she sent me for a giveaway. I got my own copy, and just the threads, and I think that's basically all I got. Well, a framed piece. I picked up a frame piece, but it is a gift for someone, and they sometimes watch, so I'll film a clip, but I am not going to insert it here. I'll insert it probably next week, because she should have received it by then, but I'll do that. Okay, so that's really all I have for haul. No giveaways this week. I'm still behind, par for the course. Okay, but plans for this coming week. So September is ending, which is crazy. So I'm going to continue working on 25/7, Don't Drop the Potato, for the rest of this month. And then I'm going to give it one whole stitching evening to see how much I can get done on it. It will probably be on a Year of Whips for next year, I'm guessing, because it's not a huge piece. And it makes me giggle. I just love it. And then I was going to give Twisted Man Sampler. I was going to give it more time at the end of this month. That I think is the one that I just didn't do. Like, I have a makeup day for that one. It only got an hour of stitching this month, which I feel kind of bad for it, but it was called a couple of times, and I'm just not going to finish it because there's other things I'd rather work on right now. So maybe next year it will do better. But the thing that I'm going to work on is a Rakava by Evlia. So this was the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit. This was one of the 4 charts that we got. And just to remind you what mine looks like, I'm going to give this 2 or 3 days. I didn't write down how many days I'm going to give it, but I'll get 2 or 3 days because my goal is to finish it by Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit next year. So this is where I'm at with Amanda. So that's our goal. And this is a 26 count ground cloth. It is lovely to stitch on. She imports it from Greece. So it's beautiful. So we're going to give some good concentrated love to that one. Oh, I didn't pull it out. Autumn Montage is going to come out now. Let me pull it. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so Autumn Montage. Again, this is artwork by Janet Seaver, charted by Pain Free Crafts. This is what it will look like when it's all done. So we are starting our autumn rotation on this piece. And let me show you. So this will be our before picture. So here we go. So before. So that's where we're at. We'll see how far we get. This one is not very, it's a narrow block. It's long, but it's narrow. So I think I'm like right here, maybe about halfway through the block. I started all these in 2023. So 2023, 2024. So this is the third year I'm working on them. We got to pick up the pace. I have a plan for that for next year. But anyway, so I think we're right about here, right about halfway with that block. So that will come out and it's one day in September and then October, November, and most of December. I think 3 days in December. And then Cat Alphabet will come out. So the Steelers are playing. I can't remember who they're playing. But they're playing in Dublin, which means that the game, my time, is at 6:30 in the morning. So by the time I get up, well, it won't be over. We'll have started. But like the game will be done early in the day, so hopefully I will be able to get those stitches in and done like early in the day. So I'm excited about that. So that will be fun. So they're playing overseas. And then in October, what day did we turn over to October? Thursday or Friday? Maybe Friday. I think Friday. I did not pull out my plans starts. Okay. Or not starts, but like pieces. Like I said, I was trying to hurry up. You can see the sun is already starting to move. But my 25/7 piece in October, I was going to be good and do elegant pumpkins, but I decided to change when this came out at Needlework Market, right? The one that it was just in August. I'm going to start on the Artsy Housewife Cats and Cocoa. I love this, and this is what I got all the floss for at Acorns and Threads. I haven't picked out fabric yet, but I will do that this weekend. I love it. I think it's a perfect autumn piece. So I'm excited about that. It's 141 by 153. I think this is going to be a lot of confetti, but I love her skirt, the plaid. So that is fun. So that's going to be my 25/7 piece for October. And then I'm going to, Friday, October 1st, whenever that is, I'm going to pull out Biddy Bowl. And I'm going to try to get Biddy Bowl done October between Friday and Saturday. I'll see you Saturday, but Friday, Saturday, try to get Biddy Bowl completely done if we can. And that will finish up. That's the last one now. Now that I finished Antonia, Biddy Bowl, the series, and the only one I have left to finish is October. And you remember I started that at Pinwis, and I just got the Haunted Mansion, the house done on the pillow. So I have to finish the pillow and do the bag. And I think the house is the most stitching. Like that was pretty dense. So I'm hoping that the rest of that won't take very long, and then I could start in on the bag and get it done, and then all my Euro whip pieces will be done. And so that's very exciting. And then, we'll just work on, kind of whatever we want for the rest of the year. I have plans. But that's our plan before I see you. And when I see you next week, I'll have a little more time without the sunlight in my eyeballs. And I will go through my October plans with you. It's going to be a much calmer month, I think, because AB Single won't be happening. It's fun, but it's a lot of stitching. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you have a great week ahead of you, and I will see you all next week. Bye.